The moment I mentioned inviting the new neighbors over, something flickered across her face. A quick, pale flash that didn't match surprise, curiosity, or anything remotely natural. I stopped speaking mid-sentence, the rest of my thought dissolving before it ever left my mouth. I mean, just a small get-together, I added, forcing out a laugh that died halfway. Her hands were trembling against the counter, and her expression looked caught between fear and regret, like she'd been dragged back into a memory she never wanted to revisit. A small alarm went off inside me, quiet but relentless. She cleared her throat and offered a smile that was too tight, too rehearsed.
"Sure," she said.
"That sounds nice." But her eyes weren't in agreement. They darted away, betraying her even if the rest of her face refused to. I should have recognized the signs sooner. All that evening she moved with a nervous energy, folding and refolding napkins, straightening already straight glasses, adjusting things that needed no adjusting. Every motion carried a heaviness, like she was trying to keep something from spilling over. When the neighbors arrived, a friendly couple about our age, I tried to shake the discomfort building in my chest. I forced small talk, hosted, laughed where appropriate. But the whole time, I kept watching her. She laughed at jokes no one should laugh at. She nodded along to comments that didn't even match the conversation. Her fingers spun circles around the stem of her wine glass, restless and uneasy. This wasn't just social nervousness. It felt heavier, darker, like a truth trying to claw its way to the surface. I excused myself to get another bottle of wine. That's when I saw it, her phone on the counter, screen lit, notifications glowing like tiny sparks ready to ignite everything. Her name was in the messages, but the words weren't for me. Something inside me plummeted. I knew I shouldn't look, but I did. The messages were unmistakable, playful, intimate, too familiar. Not the harmless kind of casual conversation. This was the kind that spoke a private language, one she had never spoken with me. My chest burned as I stepped back, pretending to search for the wine bottle though the room felt like it was tilting. She came in moments later, her smile pulled tight around the edges. "Everything okay?" she asked, her voice brittle. I swallowed the scream that wanted to tear out of me and nodded. The neighbors didn't need to see what had just cracked open inside our home. We finished the evening. People laughed, glasses clinked, and conversation blended into the warm buzz of night. But I wasn't truly there. Part of me was drifting, sinking under the weight of what I discovered. Every time she spoke, I could hear the echo of those messages. Every time she glanced away, I imagined him in the empty space between us. Everything she did seemed touched by someone else's fingerprints. When the neighbors left, I followed her into the kitchen. The overhead light was brutal in its brightness. "Who is he?" I asked, the words barely holding together. She stopped. Slowly, she turned toward me, her face drained of color. "It's not what you think," she whispered. A hollow laugh escaped me, sharp, bitter. "I saw the messages," I said. "I saw enough. You didn't just make a mistake. You've been lying to me for months." Tears welled in her eyes. For the first time, she didn't look like the woman I'd built a life with. She looked like someone tangled in the chaos of her own choices, drowning in a mess she didn't know how to clean up. "I never meant for it to happen," she said, her voice cracking. "I thought I could stop it. I thought I could fix it before you found out." Her confession hung between us like dust in a beam of light, visible, undeniable. The love I had for her didn't disappear. It twisted into something sharp, painful, unfamiliar. I hated what she'd done, but I also saw the very human weakness behind it. And somehow, that made the hurt cut even deeper. We stood in silence, the refrigerator humming softly in the background. Memories churned inside me, moments of trust now stained, laughter now echoing with a different meaning, touch now feeling foreign and tainted. "I need time," I finally said, the words hollow. She nodded, tears sliding down her cheeks. But I knew time wouldn't heal this. Time would stretch the wound, keep it throbbing in the quiet moments, whispering doubts into every memory we'd ever created. She looked small under the kitchen light, swallowed by her own remorse. She tried to spare herself, maybe spare me, but instead she shattered the foundation we'd built. I walked into the living room and sat down, staring at nothing. The silence wrapped around me, cold and suffocating. The real betrayal wasn't just in the messages. It was in the moments I'd trusted her. The times she smiled while hiding someone else in the corners of her mind. The nights she turned away with a reason I never questioned. Knowing she was human didn't make the pain less sharp. It made it more real, more devastating. And sitting there, hands clasped tightly together, I understood the one truth I could hold on to. Love can survive almost anything, but trust, once broken, casts a shadow that never fully leaves. Maybe we'll rebuild. Maybe we won't. But deep down, I know this. Sometimes the person you love the most becomes the one who wounds you in ways you can never fully recover from. And some scars, no matter how much you understand them, never truly fade.